This is a solution video to the dice game puzzle. If you haven't seen the puzzle already, just click the link in the description below. Okay, so here's a quick recap of the puzzle. If I have a dice and a box lid, half of which is covered in this red card, if I throw the dice in, the probability that the dice will land in the red section is 1/2. But if I half the amount of red space and I double the number of dice, what's the probability that at least one of the dice will land in the red section? Is it less than 1/2, more than 1/2, or is it still 1/2?
Right, so here's the solution to the puzzle. When there's only one dice and half of the box is red, then we know the probability of landing on red is 1/2. When only a quarter of the box is red and there's 2 dice, we'll use a tree diagram to see what this looks like. So the first dice can land on red or white. The probability of it landing on red is 1/4, and the probability of it landing on white is 3/4. That's the first dice. Now we're going to assume that the 2 dice are independent just to make the maths easier. And so the second dice can also land on red or white, or if it landed on white the first time, the first dice, it can still land on red or white. Okay, so because they're independent, we have the same probabilities as here. So, that's dice 2. So, for at least one of the dice to land in the red, the only thing that can't happen is that both the dice land on white. So we're going to use like a common little trick that simplifies probability problems by saying, rather than trying to find the probabilities, all the different probabilities of one of them landing on red, we'll just find the thing that can't happen and subtract it from 1. So the probability that they both land on white will be 3/4 times by 3/4, which is 9/16. And so the probability that at least one of them will land on red is 1 minus 9/16. So if I do that, that gives us 7/16. And because we know that 8/16 is 1/2, 7/16 is less than 1/2. So the answer to the problem, as we set it originally, is that if you double the amount of dice and halve the amount of red, the probability that at least one dice lands on red is less than 1/2.
If you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to watch something similar, why not try this one?